I remember that Lady and the Tramp rat scene. Well, on November 9th and November 10th. Wait, I think I'm going to guess on November 9th. Let me guess. The Lady and the Tramp rat scene? Yes, the Lady and the Tramp rat scene. Yes, I had it in my dream on November 9th. On November 9th and November 10th. On November 9th, on a rainy night, Penny Link felt sad. She wishes me and Speedy will come home. And Zoe felt sad after when Penny Link snapped at her. And then, just then, the rat leaves his hiding place and makes his way into the yard, going for the fence hole and waiting for Penny Link to go sleep to hurt me and Speedy's kitten, Captain Kitten. And the rat dares to sneak into me and Speedy's house. But Penny Link was too sad to sleep. She spotted a rat and she attempts to growl at the rat. And then Penny Link chases the rat. Penny Link's helpless is to stop the rat, but he climbs on top of the tree and into an open window into the parents' room. Penny Link's helpless is to stop him by shouting at the rat. Penny Link attempts to shout at the rat, but he enters the parents' room. While Penny Link is shouting at the rat, Belinda just yells at Penny Link to be quiet. Belinda says, "Stop that." And just like that, when Belinda says, "Stop that," and then Penny Link shouts again, and then Belinda says, "Wait until I get my hands on you, you filthy beast!" While Belinda's not looking, Penny Link's helpless is to stop the rat, but he enters the parents' window, and then Penny Link shouts at the rat, and then Belinda says, "Stop that racket," before slamming her window. And then Zoe hears Penny Link shout and comes back to her. Penny Link tells her that there's a rat in the house. Zoe says, "Penny, what's wrong?" And then Penny Link says, "A rat." And just like that, when Penny Link says, "A rat," then Zoe asks, "Where?" And then Penny Link says, "Upstairs, in the parents' room." And then Zoe asks, "How do I get in?" And then Penny Link says, "The little door on the porch." She showed Zoe how to get in the house through the little door on the porch. Zoe raced upstairs and got in the room just in time before the rat could harm the little one. Zoe and the rat gauges a fight. Zoe began to fight the rat around the room, knocking over furniture, knocking over chairs and lamps. The rat jumps on top of the shelf. It was a terrible fight while Zoe is chasing the rat. And then the rat jumps off the shelf and jumps over Zoe, over her head. Meanwhile, Penny Link bursts into the house and went to help Zoe. Meanwhile, Zoe is still chasing the rat around the room. During the fight, the rat climbs on top of the crib. Penny Link felt worried if the rat hurts Captain Kitten. But before the rat was about to jump into the crib, Zoe bites it on the neck and throws it and continues attacking it. But her rage has made her accidentally knocked over the crib, and waking up Captain Kitten and caused her to cry. It's because the crib got knocked over. That's what it woke her up. Zoe knocked it over by accident. That's because the crib got knocked over. That's what it woke her up. Zoe knocked it over by accident. Luckily, Captain Kitten wasn't hurt. She just got startled. It's because the crib got knocked over. While Penny Link watches her, Zoe manages to corner the rat behind the curtains and killed it. But not only before that, Zoe looked her paw. Her paw was a little scratched after the rat bit her ankle. But before Penny Link and Zoe were about to do a high five, the noise from Zoe's fight woke up Belinda. She rushes upstairs and she did not see the dead rat. Just Penny Link and Zoe in the overturned crib. Belinda says, "What are you filthy animals doing in here?" And Just like that, when Belinda says, "What are you filthy animals doing in here? You vicious roots!" trying to attack the little one. She did not see the dead rat. She didn't know that there was a rat in the house, just Penny, Link, and Zoe. And instead of thanking Zoe, she uses a broom to lock Zoe in the closet. And she manages to lock Penny Link in the basement. And she tells Trixie Lunamoon to capture Zoe. Trixie Lunamoon says, "No problem, Belinda Blaze. The great and powerful Trixie will just have to take care of that filthy beast for you." And then I said, "Trixie, what are you doing here?" And then Trixie Lunamoon says, "That filthy beast was attacking Captain Kitten." And then I said, "Really?" And then after that, I let Penny Link free. And then I said, "Simon, Belinda, calm down. I think she's trying to tell us something." "What is it, Penny? What is it?" Penny Link cannot explain what happened, so she rushes in the parents' room and shows us the dead rat. I said, "What is it? What? You guys, over here." And then Belinda says, "What? What is it?" And then Belinda says, "Yeah! Oh, rat!" And then Belinda says, "Wait a minute. I thought they were attacking Captain Kitten. It turned out they were just protecting her from the rat." And that means Zoe has been captured. Back there, Pepper and Manka heard that Zoe saved the Captain Kitten from the ferocious rat. Pepper says, "A rat? We shouldn't know." And